Let's go. Welcome back. Friday night. Hope you're having a lovely Friday night. I've got a chessboard. I'm going to play some 5-minute blitz. So let's go. Do have some 8-bit music prepared. So my opponent's playing the Roy Lopez. I'm okay with, yeah, not quite getting that pre-move in. Okay with spoiling the pawn structure, even giving up this pawn. I'm going to let this knight chill here for a bit, but eventually the knight's going to have to move back. So a bit of a loss of a tempo. Knight has moved twice. It's going to move 3 times when it comes back here. Preventing the bishop from pinning the knight. They're spoiling my opponent's pawn structure. Defending the pawn and maybe not even kicking the knight. Probably just coming all the way here. Yeah, coming all the way here and pre-moving here. Pawn takes, pawn takes. Let's see if the knight goes back now. I could... Am I threatening this? Not so much, because you can play this, but then you have a backwards pawn. I'm going to play this anyways. It's not coming here. I take. Queen takes. Check here. I'm probably going to castle queenside here. So I thought I was done yapping about Magnus Jan Nepomniachtchi sharing the title. But there was one more thing that came to light. There's this video with audio where you see Magnus and Nepo in the back room while they're waiting for the arbiters to decide if they'll share the title or not. Magnus says to Nepo, excuse me, paraphrased, if they don't agree, we'll just make a bunch of short draws until they give up or give in. And that's 100% match fixing. I really don't think that belongs in sports. I mean, again, you want to see sports. It's about competition. It's about showing your best, not about just agreeing to not try. And I think Nepo should have realized, thought, why does Magnus want to share? And it's because I feel it, respectfully, of course. Magnus is definitely the best player in the world, but I think at that point he was tired and he was afraid of Nepo coming back, and Nepo came back, and 3 draws in the tie breaks, I think he was afraid of losing. And so instead of losing, he secured his win by deciding to share. And it wasn't camaraderie, it wasn't good sportsmanship. I think it was just fear of losing and just trying to make a move. And I think Nepo missed an opportunity to show some real strength to, politely decline and play on and win that title. I think even if he had declined and tried to play on and he lost, Nepo lost, if he'd had, I think he still would have looked better than, getting this charity shared title. I mean, last year when it was Nepo and Dubov who did that silly knight dance where they just kept moving their knights until it was a repetition. All they moved was their knights dancing around the board, and they got fined for it because that's not sportsmanship. That's not going for a win. That's just messing around. But for some reason, match fixing was good here. Very strange. Perhaps there's something in the water in New York City. This may also explain Dubov's very interesting interview. Very jittery interview. Okay, is this queen coming in? Okay, this is a concern. I have to kick this knight. See what's going on with this knight first. Knight's likely coming back here. Rather than here. Because here you're blocking the rook. Oh, knight comes in forking. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Removing here. Let's GO. Actually, if knight takes, grab this. Is this better? Knight comes here. Okay, if I take here, I think knight comes here hitting the rook. rook comes here, hitting the knights. And it's just expediting this rook here. Yeah, I'm gonna go for this. Then suddenly the rook's on the 3rd rank, ready to swing over. And I'm tempoing the knight here. Knight's likely gonna grab this pawn, which is a little offside because the king is over here. You kind of want to attack on the king side. So I think moving this knight, grabbing this pawn, would be probably not so hot. But a pawn is a pawn, and then this is weaker. It is defended for the moment. What else do you do with the knight? Yeah, okay. Now I can... Well, first I can grab here. And this is threatening mate because the knight covers the square. Only way to defend is to push this pawn so the queen defends. Yeah, so this check is just met with the queen coming back. So instead of that, now I'm going to go after this pawn. Opponent may push here. But it feels like the king's a little drafty. So down the exchange and down a pawn. Only can bring this bishop. I can get the bishop into the attack too now. Bring off the rook. And you can see that this knight is way over here in no man's land. Not really doing much. Okay, is this... Yeah, this is the way. And it's so key that this knight is controlling this escape square for the rook, for the king. But can you imagine going to a tournament, or watching a tournament, top level tournament, excited to see your favorite players play, and no one's going for a win. They're just shuffling around, playing for draws. I mean, that's of course an extreme, but if you compare, like, you should be playing for wins. Okay, that takes care of that. But can I take here? King takes. Okay, I do have some extra time. I can think about this. I think if I trade queens, the attack fizzles out, and I'm down the exchange. Queen's coming all the way back here. Using arrows to coordinate this way. Or the queen's just coming here. This might be an idea. Yeah, again, I don't want to trade queens, so dropping back here, now coordinating here. But this is adequately defended by the rook and the queen. Can I tempt the queen away? No, that doesn't do anything. This queen takes... No, oh, here we go. This is what we were looking for earlier. So do we just grab the rook? Is there something better? Yeah, grabbing the rook. This would go after... Yeah, this would go after the rook. You have to come here because this is what I'm threatening. This check here. We have to bring... Yeah, my opponent sees that. But now I go after the rook this way. There's a check here. Okay, can I try to repeat moves? But the idea is this time I'll come back here. The king can come here. Running out of time. 36 seconds. Okay, just here. Defending here. The check here, picking up the knight. Yeah, that's GO. Check him if you got him. Check him if you got him. Pre-moving here. Knight's loose. Let's go. Let's go. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you next time. Cheers.